Breaking news.
Breaking news.
A man in Sydney, Australia was terrified when he discovered over 100 venomous snakes under a pile of mulch in his backyard. When interviewed about the terrifying encounter, the man said the only thing in his life that has scared him more than finding those snakes was the day he saw Corbin Miles naked.
That's an average Tuesday for Australia.
That is true. You should see the billboards down there.
Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Active Corbin.
I'm Rick.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more
Juicy content.
Thank you to everybody sports on Patreon. Follow us to the account, subscribe, and hit that like button. Welcome back.
Hello.
Today we got a short movie review. And you're like, what you guys don't normally review? It's
Yeah, we do.
It's the Oscar-nominated 2025 Oscar-nominated short film.
And
ANUJA.
And if you've been around, most of you beautiful, stupid babies have been. You know we love the shorts, and we do watch the shorts.
We do.
Make sure you wash your shorts.
That's good advice.
It's just been a while since we've watched a short.
Especially a review. Normally, if we watch a short, we'll do like a watch along of it.
Yeah, and I think didn't we review the elephant whispering one last year? Yes, I think that's
2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. Yeah, we've seen some really, really good short films.
Yeah, and that was a doc.
Yeah, that was a documentary short.
Doc short.
Versus
This
scripted
is
short.
I don't know if it's the first one ever nominated live action India short film.
I don't think it is.
I don't know.
No, I don't
I'm
think
not
it is.
too familiar with the history of the shorts in the Oscars for India. But it is a Oscar nominated. India seems to be having at least one thing every year now.
Yep.
Which is
in either the shorts or the documentaries. Yeah.
or song.
Yep.
And it won for the song. So it's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
So it's 23 minutes. Just
Easy to watch.
Go watch it. Come back. This will be just a 100% spoiler review. Because it won't take you very much time to watch it. So if you want to watch it, just go watch the film. It's on Netflix, and then come back.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the Oscar chances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though it's different than the normal categories.
Correct.
There's almost no rhyme or reason a lot of times behind what wins shorts.
Which is also the case in a lot of the categories sometimes.
Yeah.
Just all across the board. We'll talk about that.
Anyways, but Rick, your initial thoughts of ANUJA?
My initial thoughts, the medal I give it a bronze. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who want to see me wear it, because stupid babies have said, why aren't you wearing your medals? I have been. Bronze means I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about this a little bit. I'm not particularly certain as to, I obviously the subject matter and what it's drawing attention to is extremely important. It's very well done. It didn't hit me the way a lot of other short films we've watched have, where I would think, holy crap, yes, this is one of the best short films I've seen to qualify for. Now, I haven't seen the field of films everybody watched, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but that's my take.
Yeah.
You?
No, I liked it. I'd give it more of a, if I gave out medals, I'd probably give it more of a silver. But yeah,
And say it was excellent.
I don't follow your stupid.
That's the differentiation. Do you think it's excellent?
I think it was made excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think in a similar way that other things that we've seen out of India that get recognized or stuff that we're like, oh yeah, that was good, but we've seen so much. Most people haven't. And so this is a very well done short film, and it has a good message.
Yeah, it's a very good message.
It gives the white voters a nice feel to feel like they're doing some good for watching it. I'm just saying that goes into Oscar stuff, man. And I think the fact that also, even though we've seen it a million times now from Indian cinema, these aren't actors, most of them. And so they're like, whoa, these guys did that. India, unlike any other industry I've ever seen, can get nobodies to act so well. We've seen it a million times in every industry.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's so different. Because if you did a nobody here, you know how terrible that would be?
Yeah.
For the most part. Sometimes it works, like the Florida Project with little kids, right? They were...
Yeah.
They weren't.
They
weren't
were no, they were actors. The main
kid? The main girl.
Yeah, the main girl. I don't know what her history was. Brooklyn.
No, the kid.
Yeah, the kid.
I thought they weren't actors in the Florida Project. Were they?
No. I thought they were. Could have been.
I thought the young kids weren't actors.
I thought they were.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways, but we've seen it a million times, and so maybe that also really, really impressed voting members and stuff like that. Maybe I was just, like I said, kind of like similar with All We Imagine Is Light. I was hoping to be like even more impressed.
Yes.
And I was like, that was good. Yeah, that was nice. And that's maybe I should keep my expectations lower for the stuff that Oscars decides to do for Indian cinema.
Well,
because
you need to be careful about everything they choose because it happens every year, but this year in particular is very head scratching in a lot of nominations. And it does. I'm not saying this is the case with this film, but you may know this if you don't. The whole idea of campaigning has always been around, but it really went into the stratosphere in the era of Harvey Weinstein before Harvey was exposed for being who he is.
He's kind of the reason.
He's the reason that you have people paying attention to films just because somebody spends a lot of money and throws it in your face over and 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 over again. Weinstein did that with stuff. It's one of the reasons I think, among many, Daniel Day-Lewis doesn't campaign if he's involved in the project, and a lot of folks don't. But I know and this is both a good and a bad thing. It's like two sides of the same coin. On the one hand, the great thing is that when you have a name like Priyanka attached to it, it draws attention that it otherwise would not get.
Mindy Kaling
Yeah.
is also...
It draws attention it wouldn't get. And it also has the ability to be distributed just because of relationship and because of deep pockets. It gets to be seen by a lot of people. And when a film is good, that's a wonderful thing. When a film isn't that particularly excellent artistically, but it gets attention because of those reasons, that's when it falls short of that. I'm glad this has the attention that it has. For me, I thought it was a good short film. It wasn't for me what I would expect to see for something that was an Oscar contender. That was all. And I don't mean that as a slight to the film, because not every film can reach that level of transcendent excellence.
I don't agree that it wasn't excellent, because I think all the performances were really good. I was attached to this little girl. There was a really cute little moment, obviously, with the security guard there. I thought it was nice. A lot of these shorts, I feel like, have to do with the messaging in them oftentimes. Like I said, the shorts aren't as predictable as some of the other categories are.
Sure.
Just one, a lot of people don't watch them. And so you get a lot less votes. And so you get kind of I think, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if this won because of how accessible it is. I haven't seen the other ones, but I did look up.
I intend to.
I did look up other predictions. This is very high on a lot of people's list for like, some people have it first, some people have it second, but it's never lower than third from what I've seen. And so people that I guess aren't familiar with Indian cinema and like, we've seen great short films, so many great short films out of India. So many great short.
We've seen short films that, in my opinion, and I think you
Oscar
agree,
level,
is like that should have been nominated for an Oscar.
Absolutely.
We could probably go back and look over the ones we've seen and pick out three.
Exactly. Juice, obviously.
Oh my goodness.
But like I said, it's really no rhyme or reason behind what gets nominated, what wins, what in these short categories. Outside of like a outlier, if you're nominated, you have a 1 in 5 chance of winning, in my opinion, in these docu-shorts, live-action shorts, animated shorts, unless there's something that's just like the Kobe one that year because sentimental reasons and stuff like that.
Or if Barack Obama's attached to it. He produced it.
Yeah. And so I think it has a shot, and I think it's good. And I know this is going to sound like I didn't like the short film. I like the short film. It's just, in retrospect to everything I've seen from Indian cinema, it is disappointing.
Comparatively.
Because of that.
Yeah. And I think another thing...
I guess it's not disappointing to people that haven't had that experience.
Correct. But the other thing that I think a lot of Indians will react to, and it's justifiable and understandable, is a lot of Indians will watch this and go, okay, Another thing that's depicting us as being living in a place where we're impoverished and we're making kids do slave labor. On the one hand, how do you draw attention to a very true and real thing without depicting it the way that it is?
Yeah.
So you got to tell the stories. They're true. They're there. However, 100%, there are so many good things that come out of India that just depict India for who India is now, which is a contemporary, vivacious, very wonderfully artistic, expressive in every imaginable way country.
But there's still millions and millions of people impoverished in parts
Correct.
of India.
So you gotta understand, you gotta accept both, I think. I think it's understandable to be bothered by it, but on the other hand, you have to be grateful for the fact, especially if this can create change. Yeah. If this can create social change where it brings enough attention to this that funds are brought to it and certain things can transform the lives of the people involved, that's magnificent.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why the Academy will give an Oscar to something like a short or a documentary short or a documentary. It's not just the artistic excellence that they're looking for. They're looking for, can our attention to this bring about social justice and change at that place?
Yeah. I'd be interested to talk to somebody who watches this movie and does not have our experience.
Right.
So
like your average Academy member.
They've seen Slumdog Millionaire. They probably
saw RRR. And All We Imagine Is Life.
Yeah. And that might be their extent of Indian cinema knowledge.
Right.
What is your opinion of probably the first short you've ever seen of and from what I read of like other people, they really, really like this film.
Yeah, you know who someone's opinion, you guys wouldn't know who I'm referencing, but she's high IQ cinematically and just in life. I'd love to know what Valerie thinks about this.
Yeah.
Because Valerie hasn't watched a lot of Indian cinema.
Yeah.
But she knows cinema.
Yeah, she knows cinema.
I'd love to know what she thinks about it. Obviously, the Academy loves it.
Yeah, no.
The members love it. And it made it to the 5 category.
I don't think we should. I think we could be a good barometer for like what's good artistically and stuff. But in terms of like when something gets nominated at an international level, that is not nominated by people that are familiar with Indian cinema as well as we are, and obviously just normal Indians, I don't think we are the best barometer because we've probably seen stuff that's way better than even normal Indians that aren't like major cinephiles.
Sure.
Just because that's like what we do. We're like, all right, just send us stuff. Show me what you think is the best. And so we've seen the top tier.
Whenever we talk about this to anybody, this being the channel, when Indrani and I talk to anyone about it, she will say every single time, he knows so much more about Indian cinema than I do, and I grew up in India watching Indian cinema. And he and Corbin have watched a million more things than I have ever watched. But for example, the one we just watched.
Zanjeer?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
she's never seen it.
What? How has she never seen that?
I know.
Every Indian has
I
seen
know.
that
She said that's one of those that she's never seen. But she particularly has never seen.
I thought every Hindi-speaking Indian had seen that.
I mean, she could probably count on one hand the number of South.
Yeah.
Whether it's
I knew that.
Telugu, Tamil, or Malayalam, or Marathi.
She speaks Hindi, so I assumed she had seen that one.
Me too, because it's such a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Wow. I'm shocked by that.
But anyway.
But yeah, no, I think it's overall, like, I think I enjoyed the performances. I enjoyed the overall message. And like, I thought there was some nice, neat, interesting artistic choices that the director decided to make in it that were unique.
I have one when you're done.
And things like that. My only drawback is that I've seen better.
It's just honest.
And so maybe that's not fair to the film.
And we haven't seen the other people in the category to compare to see what's going on there, which I intend to see them.
Yeah, if you can. I don't know how. This one is on Netflix, and so it might be the most accessible one. Normally, we used to have to go to the theaters to.
They used to do it, and I'm checking to see. They used to, for example, the Lamley, they would do a few days of the animated shorts, the live action shorts, the documentaries, and you could just go in and buy a ticket and watch them all back to back to back. The thing I one of the things I really enjoyed, I agree with everything you said. I thought their performances were solid. I believed they were siblings.
Yeah.
I believed them every moment they were on screen. I believed the boss was the boss.
Yeah.
And I appreciated particularly the uniqueness of the moment when she's explaining to her little sister how she does what she does with the bags.
Yeah.
And it's being explained in flashback, but she's also saying the narration
that's
in the
interesting.
flashback moment.
I
That was
enjoyed that.
very, very original.
I like that.
And one of my
part
favorite parts about it is that part.
I think it has it has a minimum of 1 in 5 shot at winning an Oscar.
It's got a very good shot.
And I think it has a very good shot in terms of, one, I think people are liking it, so that's good. But it's on Netflix, so it's very accessible. Even though obviously normal people don't vote, but even voting members don't always watch everything.
Yeah.
And so, but they're going to see on Netflix that, oh, this has come up. And so that's good. But it also has, I don't know who the other pockets are in the other short films, but you've got Mindy Kaling and Priyanka Chopra.
Who, if this wins, will be Oscar winners.
Yeah.
Because the Oscar goes to the producers of the film.
Yeah. So, but the pockets and the influence are there. They're going to be, oh, this one's produced by Mindy Kaling
Absolutely. That's huge.
and Priyanka Chopra.
It's huge.
I should watch that one. I would not be shocked at all if this one.
And that's why it's on Netflix. And that, again, love it, hate it. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because, yes, sometimes things get notoriety that don't necessarily deserve notoriety. On the other hand, things that deserve it get easy access to notoriety. Thankfully, I am thankful that I didn't walk away from this scratching my head going, is this just because they're attached? I at least feel a sense of peace knowing it's good. It's a good film.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought about it. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what your thoughts on it are. What do you think its Oscar chances are? Have you seen the other ones?
If you haven't seen this, why were you watching the whole thing here?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't actually spoil anything, so
Yeah, not really.
we really didn't.
Not really.
Except when they both die.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
sorry.
And Shah Rukh Khan comes in.
Yeah, that arm spread never gets old. Never gets old.
Anyways, that'd be a good documentary too for the Oscars, like something about Shah Rukh Khan.
It would win.
I'm just saying, to show, and I know they've done docus about it, kind of similar, but like do like a day in the life and like, but like make it like on his birthday when everybody's outside his house, like show like, I think it could be a good docu series to show the West about this man. Anyways, let us know what you thought about it down below.